Hey everyone, welcome back. And today I'm taking you inside our living room and how we designed it. I love this room so much because it's honestly one of my favorite rooms in the house because of its modern, organic look and feel and texture. And when we were designing this space, what I really wanted to focus in on was clean lines, texture, and that resort style feeling. And I think we really nailed it in this space. There's of course some things that we still are wanting to do, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a progress update. So let's get started. So let's start with the vision. When I started designing this space, I wanted to create balance. That was my original goal. So I wanted to have modern minimalism, but then also balanced with those warm, light texture feelings that really breathe life into a space. So I pulled inspiration from nature to do this, like sand and driftwood, to be able to get this feeling. And I think we really nailed it in the space. As you can see from my mood board, we'll now go through all the different ways that mood board came to life. First off, I love a mood board, and so that was my first step. When designing the space, I started pulling in different furniture pieces and just feeling what would connect together and what wouldn't connect together. You'll see in this mood board, I've also included the dining room and the dining room chairs and the bar stools that we're going to be using, because all of those things are going to be in the same area, even though they're going to be in their own zones. So I wanted to make sure that all of those things would have the same design feeling with them. So the foundation sets the tone. And you can use a few things for the foundation of a room. And this is really what grounds a space. So the grounding in the space is this gorgeous rug that really is pulling from nature, like I talked about. For me, this rug speaks to like the color of sand. It is natural, it is beige, it is white. It has so many beautiful color textures in it, but it all speaks to that light, airy tone. And so then having that allowed me to be able to pair it with this gorgeous sofa that we got from American Signature. The rug came from Amazon and the sofa came from American Signature. And this Chanel white vanilla sofa was my dream sofa. So when I found it, I didn't know I was looking for this specific one, but I knew that I loved this design style. It has the low seated back and the wide seat cushion, the low upholstery arms on it. And it is absolutely so comfortable, as much as it is stunning. And having the L-shaped sectional really grounds the space on top of this rug. And the focal point for this room is the ladder shelving and then the electric fireplace that actually does put out heat too, which is a great feature about it. So you don't have to worry about logs and changing out all of the ash in your fireplace, but you get that same feeling through just having an electric fireplace. And in Florida, you don't want to have the heat on all the time. There's only maybe a month out of the year that you could use the heater in the electric fireplace. And so it really didn't make sense for us to have a fully functioning wood burning fireplace. But really I just wanted to give that cozy feeling and aesthetic in the space. So I love these ladder shelves because they're not obtrusive in the space, but they are the focal point for the room. So when you walk in, that is the first thing that you see and it draws your eye to it, which makes it the focal point. And then the rug and the sofa ground the space together. And so then everything else that we're using is just layering in the texture and giving it that resort style feel right at our own home. And just as we're going through all of these things, just so you know, all of these products are linked in the description below. So you can go check them out for yourself and see how you want to fit them into your own home. But the modern organic design style thrives in texture. And so we layered in jute, we layered in wood, we layered in ceramics, and we wanted to create this depth without clutter. And because I just don't like a bunch of cluttery items that don't feel like they go together in a space, but you can still have all of these different items that bring you joy as long as they speak into the same story together. So all the pieces in our living room don't overpower each other. They all have their own moment because they don't overpower each other because they all work together to tell the same design story, which is a modern, organic, lived in, loved home. Because I don't want to have a sterile space that feels all white and without any texture and warmth to it. I want a space that feels cozy and lived in without all of the knickknacks and clutter taking up the space. So some of my favorite items in this space that helped us build texture are first these beautiful woven accent chairs. The roping on the sides just speaks to touches of Tulum. That's the first thing that I thought when I saw these chairs. And when I went to Tulum, I just loved all of that natural, organic feeling in the design everywhere. Everything is created with a nice, organic, modern look. And these chairs just spoke to that for me. And I love traveling and I love seeing the world and being able to incorporate those resort style feelings and touches of the world, touches of Tulum in our own home was really special for us. So I love how these chairs just really just have such a beautiful warmth that they add to the space. And the openness in the arms still makes them very light and breathable in the space where they're not too bulky and taking up too much room. So these chairs definitely are our main one. The other one is our coffee table. The coffee table is a white oak coffee table, and I love the oval shape of it. It really works nicely with the shape of the room. It elongates the space. But at the same time, that wood tone is pulling out the other wood tones in the space from the chairs and the different figurines and sculptures that I have up on my shelf that are wood. Some of the wood carvings that my dad has made of sandpipers that really hold a special place in my heart. All of those speak together and tell the same story. And the sandpipers are a great example of how you don't have to have a sterile space to have a beautiful space. You can still have pieces in your spaces that tell a story of your family, that have some nostalgia to you, but you don't have to have a bunch of things that are like super not related to one another all within the same space. If you want to have nostalgic pieces, make sure that you create a design around those things so that they feel like they fit into your space and not something that you just put up on a shelf. Then I love these woven ottomans because when you're sitting in the chair, sometimes you just want to prop your foot up, but at the same time, these are the perfect height for being able to prop your foot up in this chair. And then also they are just beautiful. They're stunning. They fit that modern organic texture. They continue to add some warmth into the space. So these just worked out so perfectly for what we were needing to make this room feel modern organic. So now we want the finishing touches in this living room. And for me, that is always greenery and lighting. I feel like those are the best ways to finish up a space. So for greenery, greenery is a way to add color into your modern organic home design without being unnatural feeling. Green is a very natural color that you find in nature. So going back to what I said originally, where you want to put things into your space, or I was wanting to put things into my space that were inspired by nature, greenery is one of those things that's inspired by nature. And so I have sprinkled greenery in all throughout this living room. But one of my favorite pieces is this olive tree that we have in the corner. It is big enough that it makes a statement, but not too big to make it overwhelming because the ladder shelves are already super tall. So they're really carrying the height in the space. But I just wanted to put something in that corner that would give a little brightness to the space, but not be overpowering to the shelves so that they could both have their own moment. So you can see that we have installed this gorgeous 6-blade fan that is matte black. I feel like you cannot go wrong with black lighting installation. I feel like it's timeless, and it really ties into leaning into metals to embrace that modern organic look. But I love the black on the ceiling because it makes a statement without being too overly obtrusive. And then also we have used this floor lamp to be more of like an uplighting. So I turn that on when we're watching a movie, and we don't want a lot of bright lights in the room, but you still want some ambient light to fill the space. It also balances the olive tree on the other side of the bookshelves so that there is a little bit of a staggering height down from the bookshelves on either side. And then you can see that I've included taper candles in the living room. I've included a regular scented candle in the living room because I love lighting those at night, just giving a little ambiance to the space, especially when we're sitting in the living room enjoying. All of these moments in the living room are just thoughtful, intentional designs that add artistry to the space without being overwhelming. And that is truly what a modern organic design style is, and that's what I love about it so much, is it incorporates modern minimalism with touches of nature all throughout your home. So what I love most about this space is how it makes me feel, and hopefully how it makes others feel too. It feels peaceful, it feels grounded, and it feels welcoming. It's modern, but it's lived in. It's curated, but it's cozy. And it just reminds me that I love home design because design isn't about a look. It's about how it makes people feel. How people feel in their own home is something that I'm truly passionate about. And that's why I love this space. And I hope that you also learned some things that you can incorporate in your own home to make it feel light, peaceful, grounded, and welcoming. If you love modern organic home design and want to learn more about designing a space that feels welcoming to others and peaceful for you, then definitely subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be posting more videos on room tours and design tips and a little bit about our intentional living lifestyle here in Florida. And you can find the link to the products that we talked about in this video in the description below so that you can use them in designing your space as well. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye, guys.